Thanks, John. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm running a little bit behind, and so is chat. Do, do, do. Pull chat back up. Okay, we can hear now, right? Can you tell? I was a little rushed. Okay, so I ran out this morning and I got the stuff to do some fully finishing this morning. So I don't know. Good morning, Laurel. I don't know how much stitching time we're actually going to have today. But we're going to fully finish a couple things. The first is going to be this Sal that I did in 2018, and also this Lizzie Kate. I think I did the same year, who knows. Um, Good morning, Deborah, Laurel, Kate, John. I appreciate all of you being here so early this morning. So I went shopping and I bought some stuff because, you know, all I've got in town is a Dollar General, so my options were limited. But that's the fun of this is we get creative. Good morning, Mandy. I also went and bought a heater so that we can actually be here for a little bit today without me freezing. Um, okay. So there was this one frame that would have been absolutely perfect for the under the sea stitch along, but it was too small. Ah, so we're gonna get creative. Good morning, Pocket Roddy. How are you this morning? We're gonna be doing some finishing, some fully finishing. All right, so let me change cameras real quick. That's process. Let me get this to where it's actually going to show something. All right. Let me pull my chats back up because I still haven't figured out how to get my chats on screen again. Oh, wait, they were on screen. I just read them off the screen a second ago. I wonder if they'll work over here. No, because they would be up, right? That's my arm, by the way. If it's working over there, why isn't it working over here? Because they should be using the same. Anyway, that is not a today thing to worry about. Yeah. All right. So I got my chats to where I can actually read them. All right. So I bought this frame for the small one. So it'll be pretty easy. We'll just kind of pop it in here. I got to get the iron going this morning, but it's still in the house. We're going to do a couple other things real quick first. I should have brought my trash can closer. All right. You love the glare on everything. Come on. All right. So, simple little photo frame. We're going to iron and put this in. Gonna hope it's the right size because I did go with a little bit smaller one. We can make it work. So that's what we're doing there. And then I'm going to put this around this, right? Oh my goodness, we really need more space when we're finishing. Here we go. So I'm gonna put it around this canvas just to keep it sturdy, and then we're gonna pop it in this frame and glue it over the top of this. But I want to paint the frame first, so I'm gonna get the frame painted and drying and then I'll go get the iron and that sort of thing. So I hope everybody else has some stitching because I won't be stitching for a little bit. All the fun stuff off of here. And ideally, I do this without my kids knowing, and then they are Christmas presents. Who knows? They could be watching this. I think they're pretty much, I think they're asleep, but um, they also like to walk in randomly, but we'll do our best. So I just got a little bit of this silver glitter. It looks white, just to kind of spice up the edges just a little bit. There's probably a lot more room over here, but I can't see because the chat's in the way. Does that feel less crooked? Good evening, Susan, then. It is early here, but it's late there. Just doing a little bit of FFOing this morning. I got inspired last night. I was going through my finished objects to find something that went along with a plan that I have for next year. And when we were going through things, I was like, oh, I really need to fully finish this. I really need to fully finish that. So that's what we are doing this morning. First thing I'm going to do is just kind of give this frame a little bit something extra. This kind of stuff is not my typical something that I do, so we'll see how it goes. We will see. Pocket Rowdy, are you crocheting this morning? Getting ready for work? I don't know your work schedule. It's early. So it looks like this is just going to add a bit of glitter to the side. Not really any color. Just kind of hoping it would be white with glitter, but it's okay. It's okay. Because the wood kind of looks like a dock, right? So that works. I was really hoping for either a white or a like a sea green color frame just because of the decoration in Lexi's room currently. But you know what? It's probably not always going to be that way, so that's okay. I hope you see more when it dries because right now I don't see much of anything. Lay it on thicker. I was just watching that playback but switched to the live. The playback from yesterday. Yeah, we had fun. I still have a couple more bags we haven't been through yet. It'll show up on one of the lives, I'm sure. I eventually want to go through all of them and like make a list of how I want to finish things. Because sometimes I know if I want it in a frame or I want it. Um, the Christmas one we were talking about finishing this morning, I want to make it like a wall hanging. I have both the Game of Thrones banners that I want to do that with. I think this is going to dry clear, so I'm letting it be a little thick and uneven, but also like even because I'm liking my hair and things. I'm going to leave that like it is. And we're going to let it dry for a bit. That's what is happening. Just cleaning up the edges so that I don't have paint running down them. There's a lot on that side. Did you stir the paint? Maybe the glitter settled. Oh, you might be right. It was, I just bought it. Oh no, like look at this bottle. It just looks white. It says silver glitter. I can see the glitter in there a little bit. We'll just have to see once it dries. Let me see if it looks different when I squirt it this time. Mm. All right. We're just gonna set this over to the side and figure out how to pick it up and let it dry. All right, and I also need to go get the iron. So give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave you looking at what we're finishing, what really needs to be ironed, so you have something to look. One of these days, I am gonna get music going. The only problem we run into is the DMCA, whatever, for YouTube. They don't really like you to play songs that, could be copyrighted. So we have to be careful about that. Also, I'm not sure how well my iron's been doing lately, so this should be an adventure for all of us. That heater works well. I like it. Lexi's probably going to end up stealing it from me. Oh, okay. I have a pad that we iron on so we don't get the table all messed up. Probably going to be off camera a lot today. This camera can kind of adjust with us a little bit. A little bit. The one pointing at me is going to see weird things. I could probably turn it off. Well, it'll look weird if I turn it off. Anyway. So. Between the heater and the iron, it really stinks in here. Yeah. Is that enough space? I think so. And just to be on the safe side, because this iron sometimes has water in it and sometimes does not, I brought a towel to start the iron with, at least on the front, so that I don't get anything on it. Also, at one point, Lexi had ironed her skirts and gotten something on it. So we're just going to do this number. And I should preface all of this to say I'm winging it. I have no professional experience and very little, practice in ironing or fully finishing things or any of it. So, y'all are just along for the ride with me. Now it looks like we're just doing housework on stream. That's what it looks like. See, my iron keeps kicking on and off. I don't even know if that did anything. We're going to go do the back now. Which my backs are horrible. If this stresses you out, you may want to look at your stitching and not at mine. Good as long as finishing is not contagious. You're going to catch a bug, Kate. You're going to want to fully finish all the things. I am starting to see the iron work, so at least I know it's actually working. No. Good morning. Need to finish a few things yourself. Yeah. Got a little inspired going through my finished stuff last night and decided I wanted to fully finish a couple of things. This is a stitch along I did for my daughter, y'all, in 2018. That's how sad this is. And so I was like, if I can finish this, and I have one for my son too, if I can fully finish them, I can pop them under the Christmas tree as a gift this year. So we're just ironing out all the wrinkles from being folded inside of a bag for, oh my goodness, what, 6 years? Hui. And Vic better not show up because she will critique my ironing skills here. But It does look pretty flat to me. Can whips with beads be ironed? Yeah, I just don't iron them from the front. I iron them from the back, um, or put like a towel over them. It can be done. It's just it can be pain to do. So I have done it before. But all right, I'm gonna set this one off to the side, somewhere flat. Does that exist in this place? I don't know. We'll go across it again in a minute once it's had time to cool. And here's the other one we're doing today. It says a brother shares childhood memories and grown-up dreams. This one we're just going to pop in a frame so it's less vital. And the little beads are glass. The iron won't hurt them. Good to know. I'm also a nervous ironer. I'm afraid I'm going to burn something, so I pretty much constantly move it. I know that probably doesn't have to be the case, but like I said, very little experience ironing. But seems to be working out well. I need to iron stuff more often. I like the way it looks. Doesn't completely get the lines out, but it's okay. We're going to start with this one because we're just popping it in a frame. So it should be quick and easy. Get to see my nice, very, very old table. I think my stepdad had this table when him and my mom first got together when I was like 7, 6, 7. I'll set this off to the side. We will plug it back in a minute. All right. This is my table cover, which also needs a wash. Vic made it for me. She made it for me to take pictures of like needle binders and stuff on. Anyway. All right. Gonna pop this out of here. Kind of wish I had some needle nose pliers. I can do that later. I'm gonna take this $4 thing off. Nobody needs to know that. These are cheap frames. I mean, I just went to Dollar General this morning, but it's okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of set it in there so we can see if it fits. Yeah, we're good. Just going to set this back here for a second, maybe. Enough so we can, yep, that didn't work. Okay. So we see that I can get it lined up to fit within there. Oh, it looks so cute. I really wanted white. I don't know why. I think I kind of wanted it to remind me of the boat. So I'm going to trim this down very carefully. I'm not pulling out my, I have a, what are those called? Like the quilting boards and a rotary cutter. Actually, it's right there. Let me just do that. Oh, do I have a ruler? I know I do somewhere. The question is it accessible? Look at me go. I do have all the things. Cutting mat. Yes, thank you, Mandy. I'm going to give it like a half an inch above, right? That's what that says. We can always trim down. Let's go a full inch of my stitching. I'm going to do an inch down here. This one's a little bit easy because like it's kind of a straight line. So I just line one of the lines up with those stitches. Does anybody else have an anxiety? This is the worst part. Okay. I'm going to set this in here. See how well we did. That looks not bad. We could definitely take another half an inch off. We're going to give it an inch on each side too. My back loves this. I need a table that's like standing height. Okay, let's see. So, I don't know if you could see, but I put a stitch exactly like in the crosshairs there. Linen always wants to be a little finicky when it comes to actually getting all the threads to go across it twice. Of course, nobody sees the edges, so that's okay. Oh my goodness, it's so small. Pecan pie for breakfast. There you go. I mean, it's not the most unhealthy. Now, again, I could probably take an extra half inch off along the sides, but I also, worry about doing that and so edges showing. So I'm just going to leave it like this. Make sure these are all up as best as I can. Right. I'm kind of using my fingers to measure that there's the same distance from the top and the bottom. I should probably do the sides too, huh? Okay, now I'm not pinning them down yet. I am going to flip it over and look. Look at how pretty it looks. I think we can scoot it down and to the left just a little bit. Just a touch. So what I'm actually going to do is not even take this out. Just going to kind of tug on it. And what I say to the left, you can tell just by looking at the back. Oh, let's see what I totally screwed up just now. A little too far down. Very wonky in the middle. Okay, what I'm going to do is it is all pretty well lined up. I'm going to go ahead and pin it down. And because this is linen, I'm still going to be able to pull and adjust just a little bit. Good morning, Enid. Doing some that fully finishing we discussed yesterday. So let me find all the pins. Now, for most people, they put the pins in the weirdest places. This stuff sticking up on the back would bother them, but I'm not one of those people. Okay, so now you can see we could tug just a little bit, get it where we need to. I don't know if you could see it kind of sliding around in there. Just kind of tightening it up, making sure all our lines are as straight as possible. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hot glue the sides down. So let me get my hot glue warming up. Just to make sure it doesn't slip at some point later. We're going to let that warm up for a second. Kind of clean up our space a little bit here. So I'm just going to kind of run some hot glue around all edges, pin it down, and then if we need to clip a little with the scissors, we will. And this one's going to be done. Nothing super fancy. I'm not a professional. I barely even know what I'm doing. I kind of wing it most of the time. Always lock your rotary cutter. You don't need to be cutting yourself with that thing. we're warm yet. You put this back in my finishes. Super cute. And set this off to the side while I've got my cutting board out. There were some of those fabrics where we had extra fabric last night. I'm just going to trim them up. Make the most of our time. Right. Let's see. Of course, it's not iron, but it's okay. About 3 inches. I'm going to have to do this the other way. I'm right-handed. I don't know how I'm going to fully finish this yet, so I'm making sure to give myself plenty of margin. All right. This can go back in my finishes. Must be. Did you give her a holler? A tag? This can go back in with my finishes. Oh. And I will put this. This is Winter Sunset from Under the Sea Fabrics. We'll go, I have a bag of like these smaller cuts literally right here. So, oh, yep, we're starting to get some glue. So we'll cut one more and then the hot glue gun should be ready. See, this is Thine is the Trick and the Treat. And give it a couple inches here at the bottom. I have no idea how I'm finishing this one either. This is really pretty fabric. We're gonna have to do this in a couple parts, which makes me nervous. Okay, we're just gonna, actually, let's do this. Oh, shoot. My laptop's too close. I lost my chat. All right. The mouse on this laptop is a little sensitive. There we go. Perfectly straight, but it's pretty close. This can go in my spare fabrics. This is Changing Leaves from Under the Sea Fabrics. Really like this one. Stick it in there. And Thine is the Trick and the Treat can go back into the I'll finish someday bag. It's really nice looking. All right, let's finish up this. Like I said, I'm just putting just a little bit of glue along the edges, a little bit at a time. Don't want to do too much and risk moving what we've lined up. More glue there. Not touch yourself with the glue gun. Okay, I have the one side done. Just gonna check. All looks pretty good. I think I'm a little more to the right than the left here. It's okay. All right. Tell Sleepyhead she's missing all the fun. Our friend Holly does not sleep very often, so I never disparage her some extra sleep. Trying to do this hot glue thing underneath this thing is why I get weird random tools in my freebie stuff. This is a laying tool. I'm using it to lay the fabric down. Into the hot glue. That actually worked amazingly well. I really like that. All right. How are we looking? Still looking good. Two sides down. Actually going to keep with this because this thing is working super good. It helps me kind of push the glue and lay it down more. Which I know plenty of crafters can do with their hands, but again, I am not a professional. I've only probably used hot glue a dozen times in my life. So sticking my fingers in it doesn't appeal. And trim this corner a little bit. Right. I don't know if y'all can see this, but whenever I take the laying tool and just kind of slide it, it all lays down so nicely. Let's put some of that glue under there. This is now my hot glue gun finishing tool. It's going to need to be cleaned. I like it. That's all laying down. That's glued from earlier. We are all glued down. It doesn't look a horrible mess. No one's going to see the back. We got our hangers here. It can hang up, which is probably what Ryan will do. It also has this, so it could just stand up. And voila! We have a finish. A fully finished thing. I'm excited. Are y'all excited? Good morning. Good morning, Alberta. Welcome in. We are fully finishing our stitching today. We're about to iron a little bit more. We've got one more project we're going to FFO. This one's going to take a little bit more than just popping it in a frame, but that's okay. I did such a good job. This is not something I do very often. So I've got to hide this somewhere until I can wrap it. So, because Ryan, if somebody's gonna come visit me this morning, it'll be Ryan. Of course, I think he was up till after 3 in the morning, so probably not gonna happen before noon. But better safe than sorry. All right, I want to go over this one more time with the iron, which means we've got to plug the iron in. We're gonna need that hot glue again, though. Hopefully, we don't have to let it get too cool. But I only have one plug over here. Is anybody crafting? Is anybody else crafting this morning? Would you like to share with us what you're doing? Thank you, Betty. I think so too. And while, you know, myself and the recipient matter most, it's always good to hear. I'm gonna do this like I didn't just turn the iron on and it hasn't even had time to warm up yet. Ooh, I gotta get the thing under it. I almost ironed my table. I've done that before. There's a white splotch somewhere where I just tried to iron straight on the table when this isn't an ironing pad I bought somewhere at some point. So you're swatching nail polish. That's awesome. I never wear nail polish. Stitching on Deck the Halls by October House. Appropriate. It is almost December. You did do a good job. I have so much stuff to finish. Girl. So this may be cringeworthy for some people, but I keep my fully finished objects in a bag like this. There's probably anywhere from 10 to 20 projects in one of these bags, and I probably have about 10 of these bags. So, and that means they're folded, that means they're, all the things that professionals cringe at. And nothing wrong. I mean, they're professionals, they know best, but we stitch our way, right? We're working on getting some of it out and getting it FFO'd. A little bit at a time. Stitching on Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. I think Enid was looking for that pattern last night. Good job on the finish. Stitching on Elemental Icons Earth. Your daily 100 and plus 100 or more. I'm going to trim some of these things off because they're bothering me. We're about to glue this down to a canvas, so, I don't have to worry about any of these threads like slipping out or anything. Can you tell I carry my threads? Where's my art jar? Just gonna put it in that jar. All right. Okay, you win. I don't have that many. Stitching on Summer Quaker, hoping to have it finished by Christmas. Nice. Instead of Christmas in July, you're doing summer in December. Oh, I missed one. Is it a gift for somebody? I'm decent at remembering names, so if you want to give me a name other than stained glass, I will do my best to remember it. You may have already done that and I've forgotten, so I may be like stomping on my own foot here. Um, and then I have that screen name B Rise BR. Is there something I can call you to make it a little easier than B Rise? All right. I feel comfortable with how flat this is. So we're going to get the hot glue going because we're going to need it. I also want to get my spray glue. I'm kitting up a new full coverage project. The Sal that I joined for last week's live stream. Awesome. So John bought, oh, hi Brandy. Nice to meet you. I'm Sammy. Um, John bought stitching cabins, um, stitch along for next year. Did you do the underwater one or the jungle one? Or both? Welcome in, Lore. All right. I'm going to move these. We are fully finishing a thing this morning. Well, two things, but I've already put up the first one, so I'm not pulling it back out at the moment. Let me get the hot glue gun going again. So, I'm going to put it on this canvas. Oh, I forgot to get the glue. Do you have some spray adhesive? Or I'm not putting any batting on this one. And so we're just going to kind of stick it to the canvas. It's supposed to be adjustable too, temporary. So we'll spray the canvas, we'll lay the stitching, and then we can kind of adjust. Laurel's going to stitch on Thine is the Trick and the Treat today. Have you gotten any new sections done? Be around all day tomorrow if you need some company. So I go back to work, the outdoor one. Awesome. One will be interesting to see what kind of animals she puts on there. Because like the autumn one had the squirrels. Okay. So, the idea here, let me set that down before I do something. Where's the other part of this? What did I do with it? Set it. Oh yeah, we painted it. That's why it's way over there. Let's see how we're doing on the painting. Still drying. Looks a little sparkly. So, still drying. Here is the frame. And I'm going to put the stitching around the canvas. And then we're going to pop the canvas into the frame. Kind of like that. And be good to go. It's going to be a tight fit because this is already kind of a tight fit and it doesn't have fabric around it yet. But that's okay. This just gives it some stability. And I'll let that finish drying. Ah. Yes, my sister-in-law agreed to make each other's Christmas presents. Decided at the beginning of November on Summer Quaker and have been stress stitching on it ever since. Oh, goodness. Well, welcome in, Christy. I hope you get some good progress today. No, I didn't get as much as I would have liked yesterday working on the October section. Okay. Well, yesterday was post Thanksgiving, what do you call it? You know, when you're like just laziness. Yesterday I got my daily, well, I had to catch up Thursday and Friday on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. Thursday and Friday on Mad Tea Party. So that's 400. And I think that's all I got. I went to bed. Food coma. Yeah, there's that. All right, we're going to give this some space. Set this. Probably should have tested exactly where center is, but it's okay. The glue's adjustable, at least for a little while. All right, so ooh, this canvas isn't quite big enough. I'll line this up right along the bottom. And we need to come over this way a little bit. The heck? Random stitch in here. There we go. So this is why I do this. Again, I do a lot of, that's each about a thumb's breadth apart. Super professional measuring over here. I am taking the bottom line exactly across the bottom because this canvas is like barely big enough. You want it flat but not warped. That glue made everything lay really nicely. And then kind of lay that there. Right. Where'd I put my iron? Way over there. Okay. May have missed this, but what is that design called? This was a stitch along. I want to say Under the Sea stitch along. Um, it was in 2018. It was Doreen Jones and Lakeside Linens. I don't know if it's still gettable, but it was very cute. It came out in pieces. Like we got the octopus and then we got the shark and some fish. I think Vic would be very impressed with my lines. Where is she? You don't see any of my fold lines. Right. So I'm very happy with how it's laying. It seems to be fairly even. That bottom slipped a little bit, but it's okay. This down a little bit. It's one of the reasons I like the glue. It's a little harder to do when you got the batting in between to get it to lay like this, but um, spray the glue on and then you can pick it up, set it down, pick it up, set it down. It's, like I said, I could pull it off, but we're just going to flip it over and start tacking the back. The back of the fabric is a little dirty, so there's that. Now on the back, I'm going to use hot glue because I want it to stay much better. Really don't want this. Okay, now I'm going to have to readjust. Back to the front. I just messed it up. Yeah. It's not too bad. There we go. It makes me feel a little bit better. Those stitches aren't sitting off the edge. All right. And sometimes you may think you're like, you don't want to go by the edge of your fabric, right? Because this is going to look like it's uneven, but this fabric is wonky. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and trim some of this off. So where's my board? Give ourselves about 3/4 of an inch to work with. Right? Because that's about what we have on the other sides. The top and bottom actually could use a trim too. I think I'm going to do. You're back with a huge coffee. All right. So we're ready to party. What are we working on, Enid? I mean, I'm fully finishing over here. What are you working on, you and your coffee? Having a little less fabric to work with is going to help us out some. Set that down. Cool Apple Watch. Thank you. I like that the background. I have an album full of pictures of the family when we go on vacation. So, and it flips through them. So there's us at Stonehenge. And then us all around the dining room table somewhere in London. It was fun. The waitress took the picture for us. All right, hot glue time. Where's my fancy new tool? Love it. I'm gonna stitch on Celtic Knot, which is about 72% completed now. Very nice. All right, I'm just gonna right down the side there. You're gonna pull the fabric. And my fun little tool here is gonna make it all lay flat. Remember, we kind of want it as tight as possible because when it goes in the frame, it doesn't have a lot of room for the fabric to be bunched up around the edges. Go. All right. Where did you get your laying tool? It was a freebie in a gift or at a retreat. It's something they popped in the bag, and I was like, "What is that?" But and I probably wouldn't get it to let my stitches lay flat, but it's really nice for this. I'm really kind of happy with it. All right, I'm gonna do this side now. Don't run out of glue on me, glue gun. I don't need that. Okay. And I think it's supposed to look like bone because back in the day, that's how they made their laying tools was with bone. So it's got that kind of look to it. All right. Just going to check the front real quick. Although I feel a little committed at this point. I don't know that I would make any adjustments, but look how good that looks. Yes. I'm so proud of myself. Now we're going to be finishing every Saturday because this is going right, whereas my Biscornu went wrong and then we stopped. I'm trying to see if the Under the Sea Sal is still available and can't get the Lakeside Needlecraft website to load. Oh. Now, I said that. I don't really nail binding? Is that? I have no idea. What is a nail binding needle? Um, Now don't take me like that's not a promise. I'm just saying I'm more amped to start finishing stuff now that I've done a halfway decent job at something. It's being facetious. And welcome in, Renee. I don't know what a nail binding needle is. My hot glue got a little too cool and isn't wanting to shift. I'm gonna go poke around their Facebook page. It's like a Nordic sewing thing that predates knitting and crochet. I mean, it's not like an original, but it may be replicated to look like that, would be my guess. Does look kind of historic, doesn't it? Comment about their site not loading, so let's see what happens next. Okay. All right, so now we gotta decide what we're doing with these corners. So if I lay it down, I feel like we're pretty even. The bottom isn't completely flat against the edge, but that's okay. We didn't lose but like maybe one stitch at the top. Just like right here in the, it kind of goes around the corner, but that's okay. So we're gonna figure out corners now. I know most people lay their corners down first. I did not do that. And I want to reduce some of the bulk. Thank you, Haley. Um, so we're going to trim it. I'm gonna just cut it. And then I will put just a drop of glue and play with our little laying tool there, and you have to lay down. All right. I don't think nail binding is for me, it turns out. All right. This corner. I'm so excited to see this piece. My granddaughter loves seeing me work on it. The under the sea stitch along or a different piece? Alrighty. Those corners have come out okay. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's going in a frame. Sort of. Under the sea? Yeah. You're stitching on it too. My anxiety's off the chain right now. I can tell. I am freaking out. I don't have enough embroidery scissors, which is absurd. I am a collector of scissors. It is one of my hobbies. Every time I go to a retreat, every time I go to a new LNS, I buy some scissors. Probably have 12, although 2 are nice scissors I stole from my tulip crochet hook sets. Had it since it was released. I kept up with it for the most part when it came out. I do think I ended up having to play some catch up right at the end, but I almost kept up. I'm getting 2 pair of embroidery scissors for Christmas, cotton candy type. All right, so here's what mine looks like. I'm gonna move this so you can actually see edges. I still have some of that glue. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It looks good. There we go. I'm happy. I'm excited. I think it looks pretty good. You can kind of see that corner down there. This turtle, man, is one of my favorites. So I'm going to go get the frame. I'm going to go get the frame that we're going to pop it into. Hopefully it's dry or very near dry. And I'm actually going to hot glue this into the frame because it doesn't have glass or anything like that. So edges are a little sticky, but mostly dry. Does have a touch of sparkle to it, but I think the wood will work because it kind of looks like a dock. So just so that we can see, that's going to take some elbow grease to get in there because there we go. It's like perfectly the right width. This corner. This is why I was trying to make sure my corners didn't get too thick. Where's my... Okay. So that's what it's going to look like. I don't want to get it too in there and not be able to get it out because we're going to put some hot glue behind it. So, stitching calms me down somewhat. That's good. Pull out a project, get to stitching. Just put glue on some of these bigger spots. Need more glue. But for now, we're just gonna makeshift. Okay. Okay. My pen kind of melted into the glue. Let's set that off to the side. Why did it smell so bad? Okay, here we go. Frame is perfect. Thank you. Um, I was trying to either go with like a white frame, like a whitewash frame, or they had a green one that was a little bit darker than this. That would have went great with the colors in her room, but they weren't big enough. Trying to make sure this all. Um, she loves to watch me stitch and sometimes helps me. Lexi used to love to help me. Um, that's who this is for. My daughter Alexis, of course. You know, I made this when she was, let's see, 6 years ago, 11. She's 17 now, but she's the type, she's gonna appreciate it. She's gonna love it. Okay. I'm gonna have to move this hardware because we need it to go over here. Don't know if I have my drill out here to do that now, but I don't think it's gonna fall out. Goodness. Look at, I did a thing. So excited. She's gonna love it. She has always been a huge fan of the like one of Lexi's first talents was being able to name every breed of shark in the ocean. Um, so the shark is particularly cool. I love seahorses. They are my favorite under the water creature. Um, I did at one point want to change her hair to be a brunette like Lexi, but that was still a little out of my wheelhouse when I did this out because I was still new to stitching. My granddaughter keeps telling me it's not leaving the house. I assume she wants it. um, but it's kind of like having my daughter and my son on there. So I think it's cool. It's already got her initials in it. I did do that because I knew, well, about halfway through this, she goes, "Mom, that's mine." And I said, "Okay." It's a really good one. Doreen Jones does great. You named him Bruce. Yes, Bruce. Friends or fish are friends, not food. Um, I love Doreen Jones' way of making backstitch vital. Like she doesn't necessarily just outline something, but the way that she has the stitches accent it just really makes a stitching pop. So she's very, and she does well with colors and she's great. Absolute great. Okay. We finished two things. I'll pull down the other one and show y'all, and then I'll put both of them up just in case the kids happen to come say hi this one because they do that sometimes. Yes, Doreen Jones is very good. So this is my Under the Sea for my daughter. And here is Lizzie Kate for my son. Oh, it just came out so good. Let me take pictures before I put it up. Where's my phone? Did I even bring my phone? I'll use my iPad. I don't know what phone is. Prop it up, make it look good. Right? Gotta kind of prop it up so that we don't get glare on it. Yeah. Then we get shadow. Gonna put these up. Don't forget to unplug the glue gun. I did. I did. Thank you. I'm gonna have to fix the hardware on that one. So I'm gonna do a quick little tidy just because we made quite the mess this morning. Right. Here. Stickers need to get put up. All right. We can stitch now, y'all. I'll call your phone if you want. Oh, I found it. It was underneath everything. So Laurel, the DNA thing that you did, was that 23 and me or is that a different thing? Thank you, Alberta. Alberta said beautiful finishes. Okay. All right, well, let me move the glue gun. 'Cause that could get us in some trouble. Just before we ran out of glue. The pen I was using to push the glue down got stuck in the glue. I don't even know if this pen works. Like, this may be a trash can thing anyway. I'll keep it around. Since we know it doesn't work. We can use it for finishing. Ancestry. But are they different? Are they the same thing? At the moment, my trick or treat Hade, Eyes of the Forest, and of course Under the Sea, and so many more. Hmm. Yeah, I have lots of projects to work on too. So we're gonna start out with Phantom this morning. We're still here for another hour and a half. So we should get some good stitches in if anybody wants to start making guesses. You don't have to make them right now, but if you're gonna leave stream early, give me a stitch guess, and there's a chance you could get entered into a raffle that we're having this afternoon. I totally forgot about the raffle. That's okay. I will go grab that later. It'll be a choice between a Vic bag, the one that didn't get given away last week, and a new pattern. So I will go get that here in a little bit. But let's get some stitching in first. So we know we'll have a minimum of 100 stitches because I always put 100 in on my Haid. But we'll get more stitching than that done in the next hour and a half. Both finishes look fabulous. I bet the kids will have forgotten about them, so they will be surprised at Christmas. Yes, I think Lexi will be super surprised. Ryan probably has no clue I even stitched that for him. Like, because I finished it so long ago, 6 years ago, he would have been 8. So he probably wasn't even paying attention to my stitching, much less knowing it was for him. They're the same idea, DNA testing. They do the ethnicity a little differently. You may get different matches. Okay. I'm not so much worried about the matches. I'm just curious about, like, I forgot to put Brian's up, and he's the one more likely to show up. Hold on. Um, just curious what it'll say, like, the different parts of my mutt are. Especially because my family's never really been good about telling you our history. Like, I didn't even know some of, like, if you had asked me a few years ago, I probably would have told you my grandfather was an only child because I've literally never heard anything about his family. Turns out he had several brothers. So, like, I've been sick, so I hope I make it, but I hope you get 300. Thank you. I hope I get 300 too. Um, I'll also have to go pull out the other project, but we'll get to working on this for right now. Just gotta play with the boom arm and get it in position. And Patient Stitcher, do you have a name I can try to remember? I'm pretty good about it. You can ask Enid. She's been here several times. I know her. I may even start making myself a cheat sheet. I still need to do the thing. Let me make myself a to-do list this week. I've got to get to remembering to do some stuff. I'm gonna throw. Okay. I need to make the floss tube box. So above my head will someday be a floss tube box, and it will, as stream goes on and floss tubers come and visit, I will put them up there so that everybody knows to go and visit them. So today we've got Itching for Stitching, Enid, she's a floss tuber. We've got Laurel from Laurel Ann Myers. It's just Laurel Ann, right, on floss tube. She makes floss tubes. Kate, that is with us today, is one half of the lovely duo that is Fickle Stitches, and they are definitely fickle, and we enjoy the hell out of that. Good morning, Heather. Heather, the confetti stitcher, is also a floss tuber. Welcome in. Carrie. Awesome. Patient and Carrie, do you floss tube? Let's see. I was telling everybody, Enid, that I remember your name, even though it's not your thing. I'm trying to look through. Haley, are you still doing floss tubes? I know you did some videos there for a little bit. Haley is stitching Cabin Co. So Coffee and Stitches with Mandy. She has a floss tube. So, John jumped on the bandwagon and got an Instagram. So, if you want to follow his Instagram, can you put it in chat for everybody, please, John? Yes, it's the only way to keep me on my toes. Nice. Lots of floss tubers. Laura has a floss tube. Nice. I gotta make sure I'm following everybody. I follow everybody. I think I followed Laura the last time we did this. Yep, I'm subscribed. And patient Stitcher. I'm now subscribed to Carrie. Right. So Heather, we did a couple finishes a couple FFOs this morning, and we're just now starting to get into our stitching. If I can find my tablet to pull up Pattern Keeper. This project is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade by Melissa Dawn. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's my daily 100 this week. ADK Stitcher on Instagram. John now has an Instagram for us to follow because he's going to do Haley Sal, and we're going to watch it. I love that you have joined in my birthday. Oh, happy birthday! I got in right at the end of November. Right. And so we will have the raffle drawing at noon today, right as I'm ending stream. Again, I will have at least 100 stitches, probably more by the time we finish at noon. If you want to make guesses before you go anywhere. And I will not be streaming next week at all. I work Sunday through Wednesday, and then Thursday we have a doctor's appointment, and then we're heading out of town. And we're going to be out of town through Sunday. Susan does not and will never have one. Well, we all need lurkers, so we appreciate you watching our floss tubes. My brother and sister are turning 16 next weekend. I mean, they turned 16 before that, but their party is on Saturday. And so I must go attend. I don't have to, I really want to. I haven't made very many of their birthdays growing up because, life and things. But I don't say never. Oh, I'll never have one. Just a big fan of so many. We appreciate you, Betty. I'm trying to make it a point to make it to all of my nieces and nephews' 16th birthday, as long as I get invited to them. I missed a few of the older ones. So, and that's starting with my brother and sister because they're turning 16. That's right. No floss tubes yet from stained glass and samplers. Was considering it before I had to revert to a monogamous stitcher for the short term. I mean, yeah, I live on the other side of a very large state from my siblings. Uh, yeah, because when we lived close to each other, of course I would go. Um, but it is an 8-hour drive. So, but I also have an extra driver this year, so we'll see if that's helpful. I love watching FlossTube. It's great company as I stitch solo. I get that. I live in the middle of nowhere. There are no stitchers here in my town. I have found the Instagram of one person that lives in the town that I work in, and we've spoken a couple times, but we haven't met up or anything. Uh, so yeah, I like floss tubes. I have found that I am gravitating more towards live interaction like this. Um, I watch several people on Twitch that may not necessarily cross stitch, but they'll crochet, knit, craft of some sort. Um, a lot of them, a lot of the ones I watch are cross stitchers. They just don't necessarily only cross stitch, whereas I only cross stitch. Well, today I FFO'd, so add that to my list of achievements or abilities or whatever. So not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, I would like to make that Christmas one into a wall hanging so I can have it up for at least a little bit of the holidays this year. In case you don't know which one I'm talking about. I did this several years ago. I think it's a Doreen Jones also, actually, but it needs a bath. So this is here. I'm just gonna hold it up. Oops. So here is the one I want to FFO next time. I need to repair the side where the stitch slipped here. Got a little bit of a hole. And then basically I want the top to fold down over the dowel and then clean up the bottom and it'll hang like this. So, but it needed a bath, so we didn't get to it today. And that was in a magazine, I believe. There we go. Didn't really pin that out of my way very well. Hey, what was Kate and Laurel's YouTube pages called? Kate is part of Fickle Stitches, Fickle Stitches, and Laurel is the screen name that you see, Laurel Ann. Kate and Cheryl Fickle Stitches, they put theirs out every other week, I believe. More or less. I mean, they recently did a pop-up one about their plans for next year. So that was a lot of fun. Laurel is a little less regular. I think she aims for once a month. But it really depends on her stitchy bug, which tends to go on vacation sometimes. I just don't understand why your stitchy bug doesn't pack you in its bag so you could go on vacation wherever it has gone. Because wouldn't that be nice? This is something I'm going to work on for a few hundred stitches a month next year. And then I think we're going to go for the fully finish or for the finish in 2026. Because this next year, my focus on a finish is going to be Alice in a Dolly Dream. And I'm going to have to put about 650 stitches a week into her to get her done by the end of the year. I think I'm just going to go ahead and shoot for 700. Depends on when I get around to uploading it. Oh no, still need to upload October's. You can do it, Laurel. But it's kind of nice that, not every stitcher uploads every week. Not every stitcher only uploads once a month. So it's easy to kind of, you know, hit everybody, right? Now, I will tell y'all in December, I'm going to overload you because I put up a vlog every single day. But I put them on a playlist. So if you want to, you could wait a week and then just pop over the playlist and watch them all in order. I try and keep them anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. Every once in a while I get chatty and you may get an hour long daily video, but not an hour. I think that's extreme, but I forgot I finished a vlog and never uploaded it, so I need to do that after stream because it cuts me off. The stream cuts you off? Or you need to like record a little, here's what we did. Sorry, Needle Workshop called me, had to mute. You're placing your order. Awesome. Oh, your editor cuts off the stream. Gotcha. Gotcha. Were you able to get that pattern that you wanted? Somebody on here, I think, is stitching it today. That was the wrong hole. I've been debating about whether or not I'm going to play catch up on my Great British Baking Show or if I'm just going to let it kind of languish. I'm somewhere in week 3. We just finished week 10. It was the finale yesterday. And I have no problem working my way down that checklist. I'm just wondering how it's going to interfere with my Finish That Stitch December. So I got to figure out how I'm either going to balance that or if I'm just going to be like, well, I tried, I didn't do so well this year. We'll try again next year when it comes to the list that I have currently. So I have not decided that yet. Because I'm already contemplating not doing my like categories and focus pieces as religiously next month because I really want to get all these finishes in. I have 11 finishes set up for next month, but they're not like 6 stitches and I'll be done. They all have some stitching left on them. But like my ladybugs, I think has less than 500 stitches. Um, I really don't know on the rest. That one's a full coverage. And this last week, I was like, oh, I'm going to knock out a good portion of this list. And then had no focus at all and got like 100 stitches a day outside of my daily 100s. It was a mess. Just had no focus. Me too. Trying to keep myself from sneezing. I didn't do so well. Everybody make sure you hydrate. Something to drink. Try not to do that too close to the microphone. The heater did knock the chill some today, so that's good. Anybody else have December plans when it comes to stitching that are specific to December? I do the finish my stitch. Um, so like I said, I have a list of 11 that I feel are, if I focus on them for a day to a few days, I can finish them. So that's what I do. I just focus on those 11 pieces. So I'll see if I can fit any of them into categories, but that's probably as far as I'm going to go. Just try and get them finished. Now, some of them are my Great British stuff, so we'll see. And it's like, do I really want to drag all those into the new year? The Great British Baking Show plans? I already have that parked. Okay. Or do I feel like that's an overwhelming way to start the new year? I don't know. Kind of going back and forth on it, as you can tell. Where'd I put the scissors? There they are. My scissor fob back on them. And to finish thine is the trick. So you're doing finish that stitch December with me. Yay! Ooh, that's a good place for that. Hmm. I also want to do some on Under the Evergreen and Travel Memories. Awesome. Laurel's got her December mapped out. Stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. Unshrimp. Okay. Next, let's mark the chart. Laurel's also getting to do some traveling in December, so that's fun. I'm going out of town next weekend, but I think that's all our plans, like travel plans for December. We were thinking about trying to do another my side of the family get together around the new year, but I don't know that we were able to work that out. Sign is the trick is not going into the new year. You can do it, Laurel. You got the fairy done in November like you wanted to. So I think you can get Dinah's the trick and the treat done too. I don't know how loud that is. I probably shouldn't do that. My scissors have a scissors fob on them that has a magnet, and I'm attaching the magnet to the boom arm of the camera that's right here. But this is the camera is also where I'm using the microphone, so I don't know if it's like really loud. I used to have a separate microphone, but Ryan needed to use it, and it's technically his. So I found another something that seems to work. I haven't gotten any complaints yet. I haven't went back and watched my lives either to see exactly how it sounds, but oh, this is not that. And also not showing is parked, so make sure I've got the right color. One of the things I love most about Pattern Keeper is the fact that you can mark your park stitches. Seems totally fine. That's good. Um, I like that I can mark my park stitches, so sometimes if I put it in the wrong spot but it's nearby, I can go, oh, that was supposed to be. I'm using my iMac without my AirPods. Very nice. I also don't have the AC running. That's, I think, where my big concern is because once the AC is running, that like air sound constantly on it. But eventually I'll get the mic and the little filter and all that, but eventually. I'm testing with my AirPods now, even better, very clear. Awesome. Yeah, I made the change like 3 lives ago, I think, 3 or 4. Ryan was actually live also on Twitch, and so that's why he took the microphone. And then once I got this switched over, there was no point in going and taking it back, at least not yet. Like I said, we bought it for him several years ago because he wanted a better mic, but then he wasn't using it for a while, which is how I ended up with it. Time is it? Oh, it's too late. Okay. We're gonna have a little bit of confetti in this block. It's gonna take longer to do this 100 than I thought it was going to. Arc stitches were pretty much all the blocky parts. It's because this is the stem of the rose. Let's see if you can tell. I've rather enjoyed my days off this week and kind of don't want to go back to work tomorrow. I don't mind because I like my work and I like that tomorrow's Sunday, so Sunday after a holiday, there's definitely not going to be anybody there. They left very early on Tuesday, so there was nobody there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The person that works on the days that I'm off got a very easy week. And so they definitely won't be there tomorrow. Now, Monday, it'll probably be a madhouse, but it's okay. So hopefully I can keep my focus and get a lot of stitching done tomorrow. Now, that being said, my brain really wants to be in planner mode. And I was telling everybody here last night, I found a planner that I want to work with. What was that noise? I lost y'all for a minute. I don't know how long I lost you for. Um, is everybody here? I'm also behind on Great British Bake Off. I haven't watched the finale yet. How do we allocate stitches for first, second, and third? Um, that's a Jessie question. I don't know. I hadn't talked to her about it yet. I was thinking about just doing a daily 100 for the winter, personally. Um, but again, I have a mile-long list of stitches for them, so I was trying not to add too much to my plate. But I am. Let me text her real quick, just to see if she already has a game plan. And I'll share with you. Um, yeah, so my my brain has really wanted to be in planning mode, not necessarily just for stitching, but like general life. Um, and I found a planner that I really want to work with on Facebook. Well, I didn't order the one from Facebook. I found a Looky Loo on Etsy that I downloaded. It's just enough different that I'm not feeling the pull to it that I felt with the one on Facebook, so I may end up having to do the Facebook one. Anyway, um I figure so my plan is to print them out, punch them. Give me 1 second. Um, I keep losing my train of thought. Okay, so I have it digitally, and what I want to do is I want to print it out, punch it, and put it in one of the small binders. So they're like this. But I don't have that yet. I put it on my wish list and I'm hoping for Christmas. But if not, then after Christmas I'll buy it. And but in the meantime, I was like, I'll work with the planner pages digitally to see if they're what I'm gonna want to use. What am I gonna stick with? What do I actually want to spend time printing out and putting in? So that's what I'm trying to do. But my brain does not like working on it digitally. Like, I want to be able to just write. So I'm struggling a little bit there. But I just keep telling myself it's temporary. We'll print them out eventually. So that's part of what's been distracting me so much at work this last week was I kept rewriting plans or getting stuff set up for next year. And I'm like, it's not even December yet, Sam. Like, come on. Okay, I don't have that color. Does anybody else use planners, bullet journals, habit trackers, anything like that? It's my new obsession. It's a temporary one, it always is. But at the end of the year, I always seem to fixate on it. Nope, nothing for Enid. And that's okay too. Now, my stitching, I don't so much feel like I need stitching as part of my planner, journal, whatever, because Notions does a really good job of all that for me. Oh, goodness. You'll never keep up with any of that. This is true. They have decluttering pages and stuff too, though, which is kind of fun. You could check boxes. I love checking boxes. I just use Stitcher's Almanac and haphazardly slap Hello Kitty stickers in it. Vic is having a heck of a time today. I use one for work and have a small section for stitching. There you go. I hope Holly isn't in the ER or something. I agree. I like Jen Lee's planner. She's Quirks and Stitches on Etsy. She has printed and digital versions, if I remember right. This is true. I may need to look at hers. Stick some washi tape in it. Got to decorate it. Got to make it look cute. I'm like I said, I'm focusing more on I mean a little bit I like to write out my goals and stuff. I'd like to have a list of the things I think I can finish next year and kind of update it as the year goes along with either the fact that yes, I finished them or add something new on or I don't think I'm gonna finish it so that come December I'm prepared. But um I'm thinking more like, did I vlog today for YouTube? Did I post a picture on Instagram? Because I always forget to do that. Um, Stuff like that. The one I have right now has Saveopoly. And so every week or like whenever you get paid, you roll the dice and you move around the Monopoly board. And when you land, whatever you land on is what you move into your savings account. Really tempted to do that one. I like Jen Lee's planner. I do her acrostic as well as the Seazook one. I did their acrostics for a little bit, but then it was just one more thing and I had to kind of reduce. But if I print it out and put it in a planner, there might, I do that to myself. Like I bought Jen Lee's a couple years ago, before I started doing the things that I do now, like the focus pieces and the categories. And I bought the planner. I think I did like 2 months of whatever she had in there. I know the acrostic, but she had some other things too. And then it fell off that bandwagon. Ah, I'm out of that color too. I'm not doing so good here, people. That's another thing. I need to plan out a day where I go through all my projects and gather up my bobbins and figure out which ones I need to purchase and which ones I just need to bobbinate. It's a whole mess going on right now. And I feel like that's something that needs to be done before the new year. Like, I would feel much more fresh slate if I go into the new year without that on my plate. 779. It's gonna be somewhere awkward to get to. Oop, I think I could do that with my scissors. Where did I put my scissors? I haven't seen them today. My big ones, not my stitchy ones. Okay, let's put my needle down for a second. I'm a digital girl. I tried so hard to work in a paper planner and have all the washi tape to prove it. Turns out I can't make myself stick to that. I have Notions and I have an Excel spreadsheet to track my stitching. Yeah, Notions is definitely the best thing for my stitching. I just don't know that I want to, but I definitely don't have like a setup for the day-to-day life stuff. Good morning here, but shopping. We're having our Thanksgiving today. Awesome. I'm very tempted to go over to my mother-in-law's and get some ham and stuff today. I'm gonna do that. 3 more stitches. 83. I take one strand. We're gonna cut it in half. That's going to make 2 strands. We'll be good. Which I don't even need 2 strands for 83 stitches, but you just never can tell. We'll be doing our Thanksgiving here today as well. Very nice. We did ours on Thursday. It just worked out that everybody was able to be at my mother-in-law's on Thursdays. Worked out nicely. Where is my needle? Oh, yeah, set it over here. We did some FFOing this morning, and now we are stitching on Phantom for our daily 100 full coverage. And then I need to go pull Trick or Treat for my daily 100. For Great British. We need to put up our Christmas lights today. The plan is to probably put up the Christmas tree tomorrow night when we get home from work. But the kids might talk me into doing it tonight before bed. I don't know. We'll see. Lexi put up, she got one of the small Christmas trees in her room put up last night. They were on 1-day sale at Dollar General for half off. $8.40. Told y'all we got some ninja stitches going on now. Oh. Goodness. I can't seem to put floss in a floss card today. Let's try this again. $7.79. Now I need $8.40. Is that $8.40 or is that $8.34? It's $8.40. Okay. Last strand. How many stitches do I have? 79. We're gonna have to get more of that eventually. I don't know if anybody else plays Monopoly Go, but if you do, the event is ending soon. I put that 840 back because, like I said, we don't have very much left. It might take us the whole time just to get this 100 stitches. It's crazy. Going to officially start decorating for Christmas tomorrow. It's my plan too, but I don't always get the final say in that because my daughter likes to kind of take over that kind of stuff. 30, 45. I also like that it has the color swatches when it pulls up what color you need, because sometimes I have two colors next to each other that I'm like, okay, which one's a little bit darker? Things are not wanting to cooperate. My daughter enjoys decorating as well. She definitely did a better job on my very feminine spot on my calyx. Gotcha. I get your meaning. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so our house has been Christmatized since mid-November. I love this time of year. I want to be that super decorative person, but I also like don't have the energy or the funds to do so. So there's that. I think there was one year when we first moved here that we actually put lights up on the outside of the house. My phone. Just gonna, that's cute. Okay. Okay, put that stitch there and this stitch. Okay, here we go. Oh, at least a lot of these colors are parking, so I'm not having to put them back on the floss card. 3862. That'll make the next block go real quick. Or quicker. Did pounce on mini pink tree in November to cheer me up. Why is my finger itchy so bad? It's driving me a little crazy. Once you get into areas like this, like trying to get your needle through the hole becomes a little more difficult. I did hand sew about 9,000 pillow ornaments to cheer me up also. I think it would be cool to have a Christmas tree with nothing but pillow ornaments on it. I mean, obviously, it would need lights, right? I told the kids, I was like, I need a just cross-stitch ornament tree alongside a normal tree. This thing is not wanting to be my friend today. We tried to put the tree up yesterday. Regretfully, none of the lights lit. New tree on order. Ooh. Long time ago, we didn't have lots of money, so I cut the defunct light strand off and just bought the kind you put on the tree yourself. Just popular this morning. Lots of messages for me this morning. All right. So, for whatever reason, the haptics on my phone right now are increasing my anxiety. Like, I feel like the vibrating is bothering me. 612. Or maybe it's the ninja stitches. Not quite sure. That was discussed. I think we will move the non-lit tree to the basement playroom and still decorate it down there. There you go. It's always fun to have more than one tree if you have the room for it. I'm not even sure where we're putting the one tree because space is limited, but we'll get it figured out. Mm. And lots of ninja stitches going on here, but I am parking them all, so it means less ninja stitches next time. Sometimes I have to put my phone on do not disturb. Yeah, I really should when I go on stream. Um, really should. And like I did yesterday because like it kept popping up on this on my iPad while I was trying to stream the screen of my iPad. But like I said, our game has about an hour left, so I'm letting it kind of run in the background. But every time I earn money on it, it vibrates. Really starting to get hard to get the needle through. My favorite tree we have is the free one I scored for my kids' elementary school. The new principal got rid of all the old Christmas stuff. Scored a cross-stitched ornament too. It's nice, about 3 feet. The tree is 3 feet, not the ornament. That's good to know. That'd be a very big ornament. I'm seriously worried about getting this 100 stitches in the next 30 minutes. I didn't realize this square was going to be so bad. It's also the day after Black Friday, so every app that I have is going to send me alerts of sales today. Remember when Black Friday was only on Black Friday? Now you get to deal with it for a week before and 2 weeks after, and good morning, Holly. We got Holly over on Twitch. We're doing pretty good this morning. We did some FFOing, like turning a finished cross stitch into something cute to look at. And now we're trying to get this 100 in on my full coverage. It's moving a little slow. You're going to get an ad break in about a minute and a half. Apologies for that. Well, you may not if you got some when you first came in. I'm not sure. Like half my ornaments are cross stitched now, but it works out with the toddler and 2 cats. Very nice. Well, that makes sense because they can't be broken. Thank you. Um, grab those there. Yeah, I want you to look at them. We fully finished them on stream today, and I'm gonna give each of the kids one for Christmas. I think I did a really good job. It's exciting.
Very nice.
Yay! He brought me a little snack. Pick it up. Oops. Ooh, it's got banana pepper in it. There's spinach. Mmm, that's really good. The smell reminds me of that place we like in Albany, the Taco City.
That's exactly what Lexi said. Like exactly.
Yeah, like as soon as I smelt it, I was like, it smells just like it's the heater.
Yeah.
And it's on low, but I'm comfortable. So You bet.
Yeah, I'll wait for the trash can.
Oh, I can just toss it in there. Ryan just takes the whole trash can. Thank you. Love you. Put ornaments that aren't special near the bottom of the main tree due to the cat and my Labrador Retriever's battering ram tail. That was really good. He made like a taco quesadilla and it had banana pepper and jalapeno and spinach. Really good. And of course, cheese. It's good. There's that one. Yeah. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 colors left. Are you back from ads, Holly? Sorry about that. The timing was right. 8:69. The delicate tiny glass ones will probably go on my pink tree, which is out of range of critters, and to be honest, my klutzy self. Yeah, Toulouse likes to climb in the tree. Like he wants to be laying on a branch somewhere in the middle, and they're not real trees. Well, even if they were, branches would be too small, but like we had to get rid of our last tree because all the middle branches were like this. We couldn't get them to come back up because he is not a small cat. Just right along the edge of the flower is just really thick on the back right now. The cat is pretty small, but she doesn't seem to mess with the tree too much. She likes to lay on the tree skirt, which is fine. Oh yeah, they love the tree skirt, but and Gus is fine not being in the tree, but Toulouse, he likes to become one with the tree. Okay, that puts us down to 5 more colors. What is this? 8 says 3371, right? This is 7 something. Is this 30? That's that. Remember. Just gonna set that off to the side. All right. 938. Yeah, that's what that was. 938. Now we need 801, which is another brown. See, this is the only thing. Like, did we really need these 3 colors of brown that are so slightly different? You really can't even tell in this teeny tiny little living space. I'm back now. I have someone over helping me with some chores in and around the house. Okay. I have a handful of smaller cross stitch projects I need to finish before I allow myself to start the larger pieces. That sounds like a plan. I um I am doing a thing called Finish That Stitch December starting tomorrow, where I will pick whichever piece is closest to a finish and work on it until it's finished. And I have about 11 on my list that I think with doing that method, I can have finished by the end of the year. So I understand wanting to get some of those smaller pieces out of the way for a smaller slate next year. Now, in the past, I have done that and then turned around and started big things that I've now had on my whip list since 2018. I feel like we've had that discussion about colors that are some, yes. Um, so this year, the open spots that are going to become available, I'm planning to start smalls in there so that I don't end up with a bunch of oversized projects anymore. And hopefully between the mix of smalls and larges, those larges have a better chance of getting complete is my thought process. We'll see how that goes. I also have plans next year of finishing a Hade, so yeah, my 1-year-old puppy ate a couple of Halloween ornaments, so a little concerned about the Christmas ornaments. Eek. Go big. Kate loves a good large project. I have some. I want Star Dragon to get a lot more attention next year, so I really it's one I'm really liking. I want to stitch on it more. Okay, 3 more colors. This one is 3860. Sounds like a good plan. I lose my stitchy bug when my I lost my stitchy bug when my mom was in the hospital, but it's slowly coming back. Hanging out with other stitchers helps. I agree. Glad you were streaming today. Thank you. I do try and stream most Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon. Um, and it's typically all I do is stitch on Saturdays. But this morning we got to FFOing some stuff, so that was a good chunk of our first like hour and a half. And then this has taken way longer than it should. That's okay. And then 2 more colors. We can switch projects. I may stream a little bit longer, just a little bit, because we got so distracted with this one. This coming up week, I will not be streaming at all. We are going out of town on my only days off. So I'm not going to be able to stream. But I will be vlogging every day. So if you follow me on YouTube, Sammy J Stitches, I will have a new video posted every day for the month of December. Unless, of course, life happens and then you get a catch-up video with 2 or 3 days. But typically I try and upload every single day. Even if it's just, here's what I stitched on, okay, bye. Because I do that sometimes. And sometimes I talk your ear off for 20 minutes about nothing important at all. Somewhere at the end of the month, I'll have a finish parade. The finishes from this year. I will have a whip parade of things that will be going into next year. And that was a weird noise. And I will, those are the only two I guarantee. I'm going to try and have some others, but those two for sure. Finish parade, whip parade. Get all ready for next year. All right, so oh, no, we got one more color. Una más. 729. What project are you working on right now, Holly? I'm going to put this last stitch in this project, and then I'm going to quickly go grab Trick or Treat, and we'll see how much we can get into her in the next, let's say, 15 minutes or so. I don't want to go too long past noon because we did say that the drawing would be at noon. But currently, y'all know I have exactly 100 stitches, so that's not exactly fair either. Unless everybody just wants to guess 100 stitches and I'll put you all in the drawing. Oops. Right. So there is my daily 100 on Phantom. Sorry, I just got an email from Plum Street. Oh, my chat messed up after the ads. Any idea what I can do to fix it on my webs? Or we could all guess now before you start trick or treat and end. I'm not sure how to fix the chat. What happens if you close and reopen? I know that's kind of annoying because you miss things, but very nice. All right, everybody guess 100. um, it will be at least 100. Let me go get the other project and we'll stitch for a few minutes. Maybe. Oy. Just finished unloading, reloading the dishwasher, and I swear my husband used every dish in the house to make one pie and some rolls. I've had to toggle between top messages and all messages. That seems to fix it for me. I've been clicking the top and then all, but I thought maybe I could do something else. Gotcha. Sometimes I have to change it to live chat because there's a specific Canadian that it will not show me if it's on top chat. I don't know what the deal is there, but all right. Here's trick or treat. Let's see what we can get put in here. I'm meaning to set it on my heater on the floor for my toes. It's warmed the room fine, but my toes are cold. This one, this is a project I plan to split into 12 next year to have it finished in December. I finished the top 3 blocks. You can't see that. I finished all top 3 blocks and I'm almost finished with this block. Persimmon should be in my house. I just ordered it in the mail. I think it came in yesterday. I haven't opened my package from yesterday. And so that will leave 5 blocks. Wait, 3. Yeah, that'll leave 5 blocks that I need to split for 12 months next year. I think that'll be good. Right. Be scrolling. I'm not going to count. We're just going to stitch for 15 minutes and then I'll stop. Everybody can put in their guesses. I will see who the winner is and then we'll spin the raffle and close out stream by about 12:30. I think. Sounds good. So I got stuff to do today. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Wanna sit and stitch away. Oh, doo-dah. This project is Trick or Treat from Cottage Garden Samplings. And I think my plan for Great British Baking Show is just to do a daily 100 for the winter and call it good. Because, like I said, going into December, I really need to focus on the pieces that I'm finishing. So, um, so this was the winner, daily 100 this week. I failed my daily 100 again, over 300. Oh, goodness. Oh, that's why we said daily 100 plus. I always go over 100 if it's not my full coverage. Of course, I work my full coverages by the block, so there's that. But um, I always go over 100, but not usually all the way to 300. Do you feel like doing the daily 100 on it has like spurred your interest in it so that you do tend to want to work on it more now? Or did you always want to work on it and this just gave you more of the opportunity to do so? Yeah. I don't Didn't feel like changing whips. I think it increased. I love seeing progress. I feel like that way with Soul Tropica. Since I had to have it as a daily 100 twice, plus a bunch of other stitching because that baker was predominant during this season. Oh, is that why? Something isn't right here. Hmm, Just, we're gonna wing it on the wing. It's been a fun challenge. I think so. Um, I think I'll do better on it next year. How did that happen? 4, 2, 2, 2, 4. Oh, I'm so silly. Okay, I figured it out. Not a miss, not a problem. Just was looking at the wrong part of the chart. I feel like I'm stitching so loudly. Maybe it's just that it's quiet in here. Got another ad break in 2 minutes over on Twitch. I don't feel like it's been a whole hour. YouTube does not inform me when the ad breaks are, so I don't know when to pause a story that I'm in the middle of. And then this one. And then we're back to where we're supposed to be. Sorry, I was eating a bowl of cereal. Got distracted in real life, laundry. You know, that happens. That's what I need to go do when I'm done here. Gotta get laundry ready for the week because got the next 4 days of work. At least I think so. My boss hasn't put out a schedule yet. Wonder if the YouTube abs are the same time for everyone. I don't think so. I think it specifically says it does it at different points for different people to maximize blah blah blah. So I think it's different, which does make it a little difficult and probably why it doesn't let me know when there's an ad coming up. Like on Twitch, it'll tell me ad starts like right now in 25 seconds. It lasts for 3 minutes and then what was I doing? Oh, I was, I don't have a, yeah, I don't have a schedule for next week yet, which kind of bothers me because I'm a little afraid I'm going to lose some days. No ads in Zambia. Very nice. And like the ones on Twitch, I can snooze them or skip them or whatever. I can only do it so many times, but it's an option. But I was able to tell everybody, okay, you're gonna have an ad break. And a lot of people, like the people I watch, will that's when they'll take a restroom break or get up and get a drink, whatever. But because I stream to both services and it's different for YouTube and for Twitch, I don't want to just disappear on everybody when I don't have to. I had to go get the iron and I had to go get this project. Here in about 5 more minutes, we will stop stitching and do the raffle, which actually I'll need to go get something for it too because it's in the house. It's not that. Which is back from ads. It'll be nice to have another week on this one too. I don't know if it's anywhere else on my list of Great British Bake Off that needs to be stitched, but even just the daily 100 for this week should finish up this block. That means now 6 blocks would have split evenly a little bit better for 12 months, but it would have meant a good chunk of stitching each each month to get half a block done. So if we can knock out a little bit more of that this year, make it a little bit easier for next year. All right. Rude. Slipped out of the needle. Let me get this one started just to be done for the day. But I mean, I'll probably still have to stitch on it in the house because I doubt we hit 100 stitches on this. So if everybody wants to start making guesses, how many stitches did we get in today? We know it's at least 100 because Phantom was 100 block. And whatever we did in the last 15 minutes. So Heather says 135. And I'll run through chat and write them down in 1 minute. I'll keep stitching till then. I think I can finish up this little section right here. Got a dog yelping outside. I hope he's wanting attention and not hurt. It was Thanksgiving a few years ago when my mother's dog got out and attacked the neighbor's dog. So 135, 148, 150, 115, 163, and I'm going to finish off these last two stitches and then I will write those numbers down. All right. Look at that wing. Look it, look it, look it, look it, look. Looks so good. All right. All right. Heather, 35. Kate, 148. Laurel, 150. Remember, this is the closest without going over. And if you get right on, you get double. 115. Susan says 163. Betty says she's hoping we all guess too many. Enid is 151. John is 142. Alrighty, let me go count. We know we started off with 100, so there's that. I let y'all watch the counter go up and get excited or unexcited. So, but remember it's this plus 100 because the 100 on the other project. $152. So it looks like Enid got it by the skin of her teeth. We had some Prices Right stuff going on over there with what I'll take Laurel's +1, I'll take Kate's +2. So today's stitch count is 152. And that puts Enid on our board, which I think she's already there, but nope, she wasn't. 11:30, we got Enid. All right. This thing on boy. So let me get my decision roulette. Now I'm gonna put everybody on a wheel. Let's see. Holly's on there. Heather's on there. Laurel did not get one this time. Erica didn't. Enid's there. Laurel, you had like 3 last time. Holly's got 2. Right. So John. So Holly, John, Heather, Heather. I can do this here. Kelly. Kate. Is Holly on here twice? Yes. Okay, Kate. Lynn is on here twice. And Enid. All right. So we have our entries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Good. Is everybody winning? You should have 2, Heather. 1 there and 1 there. So you have 2. Okay, I'm going to spin this. And then I'm going to go get the prizes so you can see the giveaway. Hey, Kat, welcome in. All right. You'll get to choose between 2 prizes. If the winner doesn't happen to be here, I will contact them. So here we go. Kate. All right, Kate. You've seen what I'm going to show, but let me go get it and I will show you. I will show everybody else what you get to choose between. It was right on the edge. Oh, you got an ad and didn't see the spin? I'm so sorry. Um, yeah. Kate. Look how close it was to being Lynn. But it popped up, said Kate. Hey, Pocket Roddy, welcome in. Okay. You were here this morning. Okay. So you get to choose. I'm going to switch screens. Here we go. So I can get that out of my face. I try and have more than one prize because not everybody likes everything, right? Um, And knowing Kate, I don't know if either one of these are up your alley, but we can talk later. Um, so my 2 options were this thick stitch and button bag. It's a Teresa Kogut fabric, Very like bunnies. And the inside has flowers. Or there's this, and Kate, you got to see these. So this bag with this chart, it's a temperature chart from Satsuma Street. So if you'll let me know which one you want, Kate. So that's the giveaway for November. We will do it again in December. So every I try and make 2 lives a week. Every live we have a guess of how many stitches we get. Closest gets an entry into the raffle. This is the kind of stuff that the raffle has. So I hope you'll keep joining us. I am not going to be here this week because I'm going out of town. My brother and sister turned 16 this weekend, y'all. A heart. So we're going to go see them. So I will not be live. I'll be back the following Thursday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. So, I think that's it. We did some FFOing today. I was off translating a comment somebody left on my short. Yeah. So we won't be here this week, but we will get back to doing lives the following week. I appreciate so much everybody joining me. My normal floss tube should go up sometime tomorrow. 16, I thought you were going to say 60. My brother and sister, now they're 16. So my floss tube should go up tomorrow, and then every day in December I do a daily post on my YouTube. So if you're not already following Sammy J Stitches on YouTube, and I will post every day. Fun stuff. So thank you all so much for joining me. We had a lot of fun today, and I will see y'all next time.